Welcome to r/Trueoffmychest, where OP has an affair with his girlfriend's mom. Our next Reddit post is from that mother effing BF. 2 years ago, when I was 19, I met this woman while I was working as a personal trainer. She was in her 40s and looked like she was 25 years old. She took an interest in me and invited me out a number of times, and we passionately hugged a few times. After one of our meetups, she said that it was wrong for someone of her age to be with me because I was too young and she changed gyms. My girlfriend and I have been together for just under a year. She's amazing and I love her so much. 2 months ago, I met her family for the first time and it was a shock. Like, she took me to the house where I had hooked up with that woman and I felt like I was being pranked. Before I see her mom, it hits me. I have a type, and they both fit that type, so it makes sense. I've been hooking up with a single mom, and I'm now with her daughter. Then her mom and dad pop out, and we both almost panic. I meet her parents, and they've been married for 20 years. I realize that I've been a married woman's boy toy. I feel incredibly ashamed. Later that week, her mom finds my number and tells me that I can never speak of what happened. She says that my girlfriend will hate me forever because I'll be the one who broke up her parents. So now I'm stuck keeping a secret. My girlfriend invited me to spend Thanksgiving with her family, and since my family is 1,000 miles away and I already told her that I don't plan on going home, I don't really have an excuse not to go. So now I'm gonna have to sit there at a table and enjoy Thanksgiving dinner with the woman I had an affair with, her husband, and her daughter whom I'm now in love with. I'm screwed. The top comment of this post is, sounds like they've got a type too. OP, this is a terrible situation you're in, but this type of secret, you can't just hold on to this for your entire life with this girl. In my opinion, you have two options. Either break it up with your girlfriend and tell her nothing, or drop the bomb and tell everyone the real truth. If it were me, I would tell everyone the real truth because I think the husband has a right to know. And for her to say that it would be your fault for breaking up the family, you didn't cheat. All you did was hook up with a woman. She's the one who cheated. Our next Reddit post is from Here to Confess. I regret getting married every single moment. I haven't even been married 6 months. I'm a 25-year-old woman and I'm leaving my husband, who's 30. We had discussed monogamy in detail before we got married. We both agreed that we were monogamous and wanted to be in a closed relationship. 1 month after our wedding, he asked if he could open up our marriage. This came out of nowhere, and I've been shocked and angry. I told him that I wasn't comfortable with that, and he told me to just give it time. He has completely dismissed my apprehension and refuses to acknowledge my concerns. He tells me that he hasn't made moves on anyone, but he has swiped on dating apps with me in the bed with him. He also flirts with coworkers of ours, people who were at our wedding. Yesterday, I had someone ask me if I had been the one to open the marriage, and I've never felt so betrayed and disrespected by my husband. He's been telling everyone that we're in an open marriage. My stepmother is letting me stay with her for a few weeks, and I'm collecting my things this evening. I can't continue this anymore. I'm in the bathroom at work, crying my eyes out. Yo, this guy couldn't even make it 1 whole month into a monogamous relationship. My guess, OP, this guy's been cheating with you throughout your entire relationship. It's just now he wants to be official about it. I say run, girl. Run and never look back. Our next Reddit post is from Secret Ratio. My husband attacked our neighbor and I'm concerned. This couple moved into our neighborhood in January, and I've been having strange interactions with him. I first crossed paths with him when taking my younger child on a walk. He was jogging and approached me. The neighbor asked if I was a stay-at-home mom, and I said yes. He told me that he works from home so he'll see me around, and he commented that I had a good-looking family. He then asked when my oldest child, a 12-year-old boy, gets home from school and what my husband does. I answered without thinking. He made a comment about my son being a heartbreaker at school? Ugh! I felt so uncomfortable after that conversation. I avoid him as much as I can, but he's approached me several times since then. Each time, he's made a comment about my older son's looks. My son is a beautiful child, and I'm used to getting compliments, but it feels extremely off. One of the weirdest moments was him offering, "I'll keep your oldest son and his siblings entertained if you ever want an afternoon to yourself." And then he chuckled and said, "But your husband probably wouldn't like that." My son likes to ride his bike around the neighborhood, and I've been feeling nervous about that. I've been avoiding taking my kids on walks like I usually do. It feels like he waits for us to leave our house. I finally told my husband what was going on Monday evening. He was not pleased. He told me that he would talk to this neighbor when he sees him, and yesterday he did. We were outside with the kids, and the neighbor was getting his mail. My husband told me he'd be back. I felt apprehensive about it, but I didn't try to stop him. He approached him, and they talked for maybe a minute before my husband escalated to violence. He shoved the man to the pavement and walked away. It would have been a disaster if this man was injured or killed. Hard pavement is dangerous. And if he reports this, my husband could get in trouble at work. I came over to my husband and he said, "I see that look on your face. Relax. I handled it and that's it." I know he was protecting our child. It was more than deserved and I'm relieved. I'm just worried about the risk. Down in the comments, people were asking OP what the conversation was between the guy and the husband, and OP clarified that really it was a pretty normal conversation. So it seems that the husband entered that conversation with the intention of getting physical. Honestly, OP, I would say to just trust your instincts on this. There's two scenarios. One scenario is that you're right and there's something wrong with this guy, in which case you should trust your instincts and keep your kids as far away from this guy as possible. The other scenario is that he's not some weird, creepy predator and he's just really socially awkward or something. Even then, it's not like you owe this guy, a friendship or anything. So if you want to just cut him out of your life and be rude to him and say, "Stay away from my family," then you have every right to do that as well. A lot of people are telling OP to check the sex offender registry, and I think that'd be a pretty good idea. Our next Reddit post is from Strippers and Eggs. I took a stripper to breakfast, and I had the best morning in years. I travel a lot for work, and that makes for some lonely nights. Last week, I found myself at a gentleman's club in Texas trying to kill some time when I eventually ran into a young lady called Nina. We got to chatting, and I paid for some dances. Well, I know it's their job to get as much money from me as possible, but this one just felt different for some reason. Anyways, Nina stuck around for a bit, and she expressed that she wasn't having the best night and was kind of burnt out at work. It was late and I was starving, so I suggested we go get Denny's or something. She explained how she can't be seen leaving with a customer or she could risk getting fired. So we planned to regroup at the new location. To my surprise, she actually showed up with a huge smile on her face. We ordered our food and just talked for hours about life, aspirations, and how we both ended up in our professions. I came to find out that we had a ton in common, everything from video games, crazy controlling parents, and just random hobbies. It was honestly just pleasant. There was no tension, sexual motives, or anything. Just two friends opening up to each other, really listening and sharing life stories. I really don't know why I'm sharing this, but I will say that I enjoyed her company so much because what started off as a night of debauchery ended in one of the most wholesome evenings. She was truly one of the most genuine people I've met in years. I did end up getting her real name and number, and we chat from time to time. She ended up being a breath of fresh air, and I think I really needed that. Oh, excuse me, I misread that. It's breath of fresh air. Wow, OP, it's almost as if strippers are just normal people who have emotions and dreams and fears just like anyone else. Our next Reddit post is from Javak Andrard. Polyamory is an effing joke. We were married for 15 years. Our marriage was wonderful. My wife always had problems with mental health, but I loved her so much that I was willing to help her with those problems forever. She gave me 2 beautiful children whom I continue to cherish. 18 months ago, she wanted to try polyamory and started a relationship with a guy that she met online with my enthusiastic support. 3 months ago, she met another man who she fell in love with. They made plans for him to fly out here and for them to spend a weekend alone in a hotel. It didn't take me long to realize that polyamory wasn't for me. I had assumed that it would have been a group thing, but what she wanted was a private relationship with him. I tried my hardest to be okay with it, but I could never get around the idea. I put myself through a lot of pain trying to make it happen, but I couldn't. I told her that I couldn't do it, crying as hard as I've ever cried before. And rather than comforting me, she went dead. All she could think about was having to end her relationship with him. Less than a month after that, she left me. She said that she's been unhappy for 2 years. But it seems awfully suspicious that she would say nothing for 2 years, only to say something once she was unable to have some other guy come over and passionately hug her. She didn't have a job. I supported her and our family. I gave her 15 years of my life, abandoning any dream I might have so I could work a job that would provide us a stable income. I gave her everything she ever wanted, entertained every hobby, and encouraged every dream she ever had. I was good to her. I was good to our kids. I continue to be a fantastic father. But none of that seems to matter to her. All that seems to matter to her is that she gets what she wants, no matter the cost, no matter the toll it takes on people who love her. I'm seeing other people now. I've cleaned up my house, and I'm moving on with my life. Still, however, I find myself incredibly bitter some mornings. I was wronged. She was selfish. And now my family has been cut in half because of it. The most annoying part of all this is that she'll never realize what she really did. She'll never realize how badly she treated me. She'll never realize how selfish she's been. Polyamory is an effing joke, and it destroyed my relationship with the women I love more than anyone else in my entire life. Last night, she said that she was going to come by and help me put up a Christmas tree with the kids. Instead, she stayed at her Airbnb, which her boyfriend is paying for. OP, I hate to say this, but it sounded like she didn't really want polyamory. What she wanted was an exit plan and you to stand by as a backup in case things didn't work out. Good luck, dude. I hope you find happiness out there. Our next Reddit post is from Ordinary Human Person. My husband has been cheating on me for years, and I just found out. Heartbroken doesn't even begin to describe it. My whole world is destroyed. He's my high school sweetheart. We started dating when I was 15, and we're both in our 30s now. I thought we were living the dream, but instead, I've wasted more than half my life with this man. I suffer from endometriosis, which has caused infertility and chronic pain. 3 years ago, we started fertility treatment because we had been trying to conceive for years with no success. After 4 failed rounds of physically and emotionally tolling treatment, we conceived our son via IVF. He's now 15 months old and is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I love being his mom. Fertility treatment was so hard, pregnancy was worse, and having a baby is beyond exhausting. As one might expect, my libido hit rock bottom and we would go months without passionately hugging. My husband stopped touching me or initiating. On the odd occasion when he did, there was no foreplay, and it was really difficult for me to get in the mood, so I would often just shut it down. My husband assured me that it was okay and he wasn't bothered by it. I believed him. I had no reason not to trust him. I also knew that he was watching adult videos most days and handling the urges himself, so it genuinely seemed like it wasn't a big deal. Tonight, I found out that he started sleeping around while I was getting fertility treatment. Who knows with his lies, maybe it's been going on much longer, but that's what he's admitted to. I don't think I'll ever get a straight answer, but I do know that there have been multiple affair partners and even prostitutes. I feel physically ill thinking about it. I've been lying in bed crying all night and my head aches. The worst part is thinking about how this will affect our son. Our boy loves his dad so much, and it'll be hard not having him here every day to play with him when he wakes up, cherish every moment, and put him to bed at night. It destroys me to think that my husband misses out on the family we dreamed of and worked so hard to create. I felt so blessed with my life, but it was all a lie. I don't know how we'll co-parent. I still love this man so much, and I can't fathom having to be around him knowing he threw away our family with such utter disregard. I'm filled with disgust and so much sadness. I don't know if I'll ever recover from this. My whole identity was built growing up with this man. Now I'm just a broken, lonely, single mom. Not to mention the absolute disaster that's coming with divorce. I can't even fathom it right now, but I'm pretty sure that we'll lose our home because I can't afford the mortgage without him. But no matter what comes, I'm going to rise to the challenge and get through it. Because our son deserves the best life I can provide for him. Hey, Michael, if you're reading this, in case I didn't say it already, F you! I hope that blank was worth it. Pretty effing pricey if you ask me. That was r/TrueOffMychest, and if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day.